What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to RC Car Garage, and we are continuing on with the 118 scale Mercedes Benz ML320. Now, in my last video, somebody had commented that this body would look better on the FCX 18 K10 chassis. It probably would, but unfortunately, the K10 is a lot longer front to back. The wheelbase is a lot longer than this, and this is this body. That's why I chose to use the Eazy RC chassis, was for the main fact that I didn't have to mess with the lengths to shorten them up or make them longer or anything, because here is the FCX 18 K10, as you guys can see. I'll talk about this in another video. And as you guys can see, the K10 is the wheelbase is a lot longer than this guy. So that is the reason why I went with this chassis, is because the body fits on it perfectly without any modification to the lengths or anything like that. Now, we're continuing on with this guy. Now, if you guys hadn't noticed, I did do some things to this guy. First and foremost, I ended up making the arches, the wheel wells, wider, cut them up, made them bigger. The only thing I still have to do, which as you guys can see, it's still marked on there with a pencil. So I still have to take the vampire fangs out of the way. See, it's still marked with the pencil there. So that I'm going to cut the wheel fangs off to make better clearance for the wheels. What I also did was changed out the Velcro front and back, as you guys can see there. I changed out the Velcro to the more stickier Velcro, so that way when I'm out on the trails or whatever, the body's not just going to pop off like it did with that other white Velcro that I had on there. Now, just going over stuff that I have done and stuff that I am going to wind up doing still. The other thing that I wound up doing was the battery tray. I did end up painting that black, so that way when the body is on here, you're not looking under there and you won't see any white. Because beforehand, the last video, I believe you could actually see the white of the through the wheel well. You could actually see the white of the battery tray. I have already taken this off, because we are going to be upgrading the electronics in this thing. So as we all know, the electronics in this thing, they are horrible. This thing did not do well. You can't get any slow crawl out of it. The electronics in this thing are just horrible. So I wound up ordering the Injora MB100. Yes. I ended up ordering the Injora MB100. That is going to be replacing this electronics that are in here. Now, with that being said, me having to put this ESC in, I am going to have to change out the servo, which I'm going to have to change out this servo in here, because the servo, as you guys can see, that is the plug for the servo. The electronics already wanted to come out. They know they don't belong. So this is the plug for the servo, unlike the regular servos, which are these. So what I'm going to do is I actually have an AS1 servo from Axial that I'm going to be replacing this, because in order to replace the electronics in here with this ESC, I'm going to have to use one of my controllers, and one of the receivers that I am going to be using is going to be my FlySky GT3C. I love this controller. This thing is absolutely freaking awesome. I love it. So what I'm actually planning on doing with any of my mini crawlers that I am going to upgrade the electronics and I need to replace with a new transmitter, I think this is going to be the replacement. Yeah, mini crawler transmitter, so that I can just have everything on one controller, because I think it's like 20 or 30 vehicles that I can store on here. So that's what I'm going to wind up doing. And then for all my other stuff that I have, my any of my 110 scales, I know a lot of my Tamiyas, my Red Cat Gen 8, and I believe my Ford F250 that I have, and my Cybertruck that I have, it's all controlled by this guy. So I'm actually planning on getting another transmitter for those and just leaving this one for my mini crawlers. So with that being said, I'm going to start ripping all of this out, which I'm starting with the ESC here, and I am going to be replacing this. Felicia. I'm going to replace that with this little guy. So I have read some reviews on this, and there are people that, how can I put this? So there are people that have been happy with this ESC, and I figured for this little guy, I think this ESC is going to wind up being perfect, because I'm not expecting to do any comps or anything with this thing. I think for what I want to use it for, I think this is going to be perfectly fine. I really think this is going to be perfectly fine. So the MB100, if you guys have not received, or if you guys have not gotten the MB100 from Injora, I kind of want to go over it a little bit with you guys. So this thing is pretty dang small. As you guys can see, it literally fits in the palm of my hand. This thing is just puny small, and it looks very good. 6-volt BEC. It can handle a 2 to 3S LiPo. You do have your motor connection, battery connection, and your servo connection? No. Oh, that's for the receiver. Sorry. So I was actually going to change out this motor that came on this guy and throw in my Injora, what is that, 50 turn? Yeah, my Injora 50 turn purple motor that I got to, I think I was put into the Gladiator, because somebody had mentioned about, I think I have the red motor in the Gladiator, and somebody mentioned about the purple one would be better. So I ordered the purple one, but I never put it into the Gladiator. That's what it was. I never put it into the Gladiator, so I just have it. So I was actually thinking about putting it in here, because I didn't know if this motor was going to be able to connect to this ESC, but it does. So that is a good thing. And I have to replace this servo in here. So that is what I'm going to do. So as you guys can see, there is a slight size difference between the two servos. As you guys can see here, there is a slight difference. So the ears on the AS1 servo, so the servo on the AS1 is not as wide as the EZRC servo. So what I'm going to have to do, I might have to cut the channel there where the hole is for the servo on each side. I might actually have to cut that to be able to make this servo sit in here and be able to tighten it down and secure it. Alright guys, so as you guys can see right there, I cut that channel on both ends. Hopefully you guys can see that. Kind of hard to see. There we go. So there we go. Cut that channel. And now hopefully this is going to hold the servo. All right, you guys, so I have everything set up now the way that it is going to work out. So as you guys can see, I managed to get everything in here. I know all the wiring is all in the way and everything, but there you go. So I got the ESC in, I got the receiver right here on the side, and the battery. I did end up finding out that since the ESC brought this connection here, that I'll be able to use the stock battery that, or any FMS battery that came with it, so I don't have to use the SCS24 battery. So everything is set up now. So if I go to plug this guy in, there we go. The modulation on this thing is a lot better than it was before. That is a lot better than it was stock. The stock ESC that comes with these Eazy RCs, they are horrible, but look at that. There's really no jerking in it now or anything. So let's try this one. Oh, I'm stuck on the bumper there. Look at that. So listen, for $22, I believe this ESC was, it was not bad at all. I did actually also get the AS1 servo on here, and as you guys can see, it's working perfectly good and fast. This thing is pretty quick. Let's take this guy outside and see how it does on the mini crawler course. Let's go. All right, you guys, so we're out here on the mini crawler course. Here's a preview of what it did stock ESC. Now, this is what it looks like with the new ESC. Check this out.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy.
Now remember, this is still a stock motor from the Eazy RC Arizona.
Won't let them fester me, I know most are festering, negativity is a plague for the mentally weak, no mercy, all I got is working, never stop searching, never quite so thirsty, I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic, you can't stop it, it's been chronic, since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic,
Not as jerky as it was.
Life's gonna eat 'em, make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it. Yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you see greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim. Yeah. Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the gas, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing. Yeah.
Of course, now I'm curious. And I have a feeling it might tip over. I mean, this is not what this one's built for, but it made it. Look at that. Alright, you guys, so I actually gotta say that was pretty good. That was a lot better than what the stock ESC did. This Injora MB100, I'll admit, this Injora MB100 ESC did pretty good. I didn't want to go full brushless with this thing, more because of the chassis and the type of chassis that it is. The Eazy Arizona, I believe it's the Arizona. So I didn't want to go all out with this. So I think that this ESC is perfect for this. It modulates very, very well. With me clearing up more of the, I gotta do a little bit more down here with the shark teeth, with the vampire teeth down here, but the tires didn't catch on the body as much as it used to now that I ended up clearing that up. So I am very happy with the way that this guy turned out. I hope you guys enjoy the content. So don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you guys want to see more updates or more projects that I'm going to be coming out with. I will see you guys in another video. You'll have a good one. Keep RCing.